What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left. Yes, Sirski. All right, man. Y'all can tell your boy's been consistent today. I'm back on my grind, for real, man. I've been slacking up a lot lately, so make sure y'all appreciate the work ethic by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. We're on the road to 100,000 subs. We almost there. We want that plaque. Go right back there. We almost there, you guys. Shout out to the whole Relentless gang. So we got Jay-Z is worse than Diddy with new evidence with Aaliyah, Foxy, Rihanna, and said that Beyonce says she's about to give Jay the peace sign. She's out of here. She don't want no parts of him no more because he's about to go down with the butt monster Diddy. Spicy.
Okay, you know how we've been saying that there are bigger fish with all these cases that have been coming up about Diddy? Apparently, Jay-Z is one of the bigger fish, and several sources have confirmed that he's next, and his cases are gonna be worse than Diddy. I'm talking about Aaliyah, Rihanna, his own wife Beyonce, Foxy Brown, Ramir's mother Wanda, Kathy White. Y'all, the list of the ones we know already is endless. So can you imagine what else could possibly come out? And you wanna know the best part? Apparently, Beyonce doesn't plan to be around when Jay-Z is going down. You see, all those rumors that have been going around about a divorce? Well, allegedly, Queen Bey is very much motivated to jump ship once Jay is exposed. Baby, when it comes to Jay-Z, people already question the nature of his marriage to Bey, considering he started hitting on her when she was still in high school. Plus, there have been enough allegations that he is controlling her and using her as a shield. And let's not even begin with how he's always been a serial cheater. I personally wouldn't be surprised if Bey pulls a Cassie on us, and that's of course if she doesn't end up like Kim Porter. I mean, there have been receipts here and there proving that Jay's relationship with his women are just like the ones with Diddy, and possibly even worse. And we are going to be breaking it all down, starting with Aaliyah.
That Jay-Z knew about what happened to Aaliyah.
So when it comes to Aaliyah, when she had that tragic plane crash, a lot of people said that her death was just not adding up. And I think by now we can all agree that it was never an accident. Because tell me why after the crash, it was confirmed much later that the small twin-engine plane exceeded its maximum weight limit by several hundred pounds. Plus, there was a man in the Abaco Islands named Kingsley Russell who said that he watched Aaliyah being taken on board the flight while she was asleep, knocked out by a pill that a member of her team had given her after she specifically said that she was not comfortable boarding the plane. The assumption has always been that Jay was the one who took out Aaliyah so that Beyonce could have a clear path to being the queen she is today.
They were having a hard time taking her solo, and then Aaliyah died.
To a lot of people, the motive does make sense. Also considering back in the day, Jay-Z actually wanted to date Aaliyah, but Aaliyah was not quite into him. And instead of dating Jay-Z, Aaliyah went ahead and dated his friend Damon Dash. And that may have contributed to the reason why he had to take her out. Of course, Dame Dash also had to pay a very hefty price for ending up with the chick that Jay wanted.
Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was a girl that didn't want you.
Well, Aaliyah wasn't the only one running from Jay-Z, because Foxy Brown allegedly also had to run away. Y'all know that back in the day, Jay and Fox worked great together, and they gave us hit after hit. So, given how successful they were when they worked together, it was a bit sus that they just stopped working together, and Foxy's career went down the drain. Apparently, the reason why Foxy is not as successful, even though she's extremely talented, is because Jay-Z blacklisted Foxy when he could no longer control her, and that after he slept with her when she was still in high school. In fact, people who went to school with Foxy say that Jay-Z used to pick her up when she went to school, and according to them, Biggie used to pick her up too, but they were legit friends. But everybody knew her and Jay were together. For those who recall, there was actually this wild rumor that there's a tape out there of Jay, Foxy, and Jamie Foxx. Apparently, Jay-Z made Foxy sign multiple gag orders after they engaged in a threesome, but coincidentally, not long after the incident, the tape was ironically ironically robbed from her home. And other than the allegation that they engaged in a threesome, there were also rumors that Jay-Z even gave Foxy an STD. Now, Foxy has denied that she and Jay had a thing, but receipts don't lie, baby, and she's probably on a monthly payroll to keep her mouth shut. Anyway, you want to know who else ran from Jay-Z? Bad girl Riri herself. So when Rihanna first hit the airwaves, she auditioned for Jay-Z's record label, impressing both Jay-Z and record label executive L.A. Reid with her performance. And apparently, Reid told Jay-Z not to let Rihanna leave the building until she had signed a contract. She actually waited in Jay's office until 3 a.m. to sign her 6-album deal with Def Jam. And at the time, it was just the best thing that could ever happen to Riri.
Working with Jay and having a collaboration with him is just one of those things that everyone dreams to do in their musical career. And here I am at 19 years old with the #1 single and featuring Jay-Z. It's just, I can't fathom it sometimes. It's just too much for me to, it's overwhelming sometimes.
But that was allegedly until Jay-Z started hitting on Rihanna. And word on the street was that Jay actually had an affair with Rihanna. You know what happens when you refuse Jay's control? He sabotages you. And that's exactly what happened with Rihanna. There were allegations that Jay-Z went behind Rihanna's back and leaked her album Anti prematurely to help prop up his wife Beyonce's Formation. Anti leaked on Tidal earlier than it was expected to, which led to Rihanna releasing it herself, offering up free download codes for fans to hear the album without paying for it. And apparently, Jay-Z did that intentionally. You know what? It's not just about the famous people when it comes to Jay-Z. There's actually a history which proves that Jay could actually be worse than Diddy. For instance, Raymir Sadoway has been trying for almost a decade to try and get Jay-Z to take a paternity test to prove Jay is his father.
I'm just asking everybody, all the judges or anybody who's working on the case, to do what's
Nah,
right.
he do
Just
look
do
like
your job
Jay,
the correct
boy.
way, even if you overlook something or didn't see something. Everybody makes mistakes, as I said before, but you know, it's time to actually do your job. And
But you know why Jay won't take that paternity? Because it will prove that he was hooking up with Ramir's mom when she was not yet of age. Okay, what happened was that Ramir's mother Wanda hooked up with Jay-Z in 1982 in his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn, New York, after Jay first picked her up in Philadelphia. And the story is that they used protection, but it failed. And other than a visit from him 2 weeks later, they never saw each other again. And Wanda had no idea how to contact Jay-Z after she got pregnant. Back in 2011, Wanda even filed a civil lawsuit in New Jersey seeking child support from Jay. But that lawsuit was ultimately dismissed because it was filed in the wrong state and was never refiled. Right now, Raymir is still trying to prove that Jay is his father. But like I said, he will never agree to a paternity test because it will prove Wanda's age when they were together. The only love child Jay-Z is secretly supporting is the one he had with Letitia Macer, because at least they were both adults when they hooked up.
I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything, especially when people were there that know him.
But best believe that there are other offspring, but their moms probably just don't want to get messy. I mean, there were also allegations that Jay fathered a child with model Chanel Scott. And although a man called Gerald Andrews was assumed to be the child's father, a DNA test had shown that his son Malik Saeed was not his son. I mean, Blue Ivy probably has more siblings than she can count on both hands. And knowing Jay-Z, I bet the stories of how they came to be are not all lovely. Actually, speaking of those stories, do y'all know about Kathy White, the woman who was Jay-Z's mistress who died mysteriously the year Beyonce got pregnant with Blue? And she died shortly after doing an interview about her relationship with Jay-Z. The thing is, Jay-Z had been allegedly smashing Kathy behind Beyonce's back for longer than Jay and Beyonce had even been married, but unfortunately got pregnant. Now, 2 weeks before she passed on, Kathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection. She gave them little information to go on, but according to one of the sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, she called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair for a price. Then, about 48 hours after the announcement that Beyonce was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby, Kathy suddenly passed on under suspicious circumstances, and the cause of death was ruled as a brain aneurysm. But sources who knew both Jay-Z and Kathy gave the real story of what happened to Kathy, and they strongly believe to date that Jay-Z had Kathy unalived to silence silence her. Apparently, and allegedly, Jay-Z had law enforcement and even coroners in his back pocket. And the source also said that there are corrupt coroners in New York City who will rule homicides as natural deaths for cash. Now, if Jay could do this to someone who was pregnant with his child, can you just imagine what else he can do to make sure he appears clean? Baby, everyone who has been saying that Jay is worse than Diddy is definitely on to something. But like I said, reportedly, Beyonce is already looking for an exit plan because, like many of y'all have assumed over the years, she's also been through the most with Jay-Z. Child, I personally can bet that whatever is about to come out about Jay will be worse than Diddy. But let me know what you think in the comments.
Yep. Jay's next up the bat. Diddy's gonna spill the beans. Everybody's gonna start talking. Rihanna, Foxy. Man, Karma is a mother, bro. Karma is a mother. Man, Jay, man, bro, you better get in the plane and head out. Because Beyonce is not gonna stick around, bro. As soon as the feds get on Jay-Z tail, trail, ass, whatever y'all want to say, bro. Beyonce already planning her exit route. Then she gonna leave Jay-Z just like Cassie. It Diddy. Whole little tanks.